extended time. Thank you. Mr. Speaker, it's a pleasure for me to rise today to recognize longtime press gallery member Kevin Bissett on his last sitting day. In August, Kevin is retiring from his position as a Canadian Press and Broadcast News correspondent in Fredericton. Kevin has had a long and illustrious career as a journalist in this province. In fact, Mr. Speaker, Kevin has said that he doesn't think there's a road in New Brunswick he hasn't been on, and he's willing to comment on the condition of each and every one of them. In his career, spanning almost 4 decades, he has covered every premier of New Brunswick, from Richard Hatfield to myself. Kevin has told Canadians about major national stories in our province, including the dispute over lobster fishing rights at Burnt Church and the Olin trial. He was on the scene for some of the most difficult and tragic events in our history, such as the Moncton RCMP shooting and the Bathurst basketball team accident. On a happier note, Mr. Speaker, Kevin's work sometimes took him to Florida for space shuttle launches, where he met Neil Armstrong. How old are you, Kevin? And he was in PEI when Paul McCartney arrived to protest the seal hunt. Paul said he was in Newfoundland, not PEI, but Kevin made sure he got the location right in his location. After Chris Morris's retirement in 2017, Kevin took on the CP role as well. Mr. Speaker, his reports on New Brunswick have appeared in newspapers and on websites and radio broadcasts across this country. Kevin is known to his colleagues in the press gallery and to past and present members of this House as someone who asks good, pointed questions while remaining civil and easy to get along with. In fact, I would say others could take a lesson from Kevin. Kevin got his start on I noticed I didn't look at anybody when I said that. Kevin got his start as a reporter at the CHNT radio in Prince Edward Island and moved to New Brunswick in 1985 to work for CHI and KHJ Radio. He moved to CFBC and C98 in St. John in 1988 and spent a decade there before becoming news director at CHSJ and The Wave in 1998. In 2001, he returned to Fredericton as a reporter for Broadcast News, the radio service of the Canadian Press. We hope he'll make use of his retirement to build and fly some more radio-controlled model planes, to do some gardening, do more traveling with his wife, Audrey, and spend more time with his family, including his son, Ryan, daughter, Sarah, son-in-law, Zachary, and grandchildren, Adeline and Cohen. Mr. Speaker, I invite all of my colleagues to join me in thanking Kevin for his years of service and to congratulate him on his retirement. Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Thank you.